green screen but don't have the space or can't afford one, then you need Personify Chromacam. This program will allow you to use your laptop webcam or any other webcam that you may have with a green screen effect. It's available for free to use forever with watermark, or you can buy the Chromacam Pro for a one-time fee of $30. Check it out in the description below. Hey guys, welcome to Random Fandom. Today's video will be about bullet force bugs and glitches and things that need to be fixed. So right now, I will turn off my Wi-Fi and I have my data turned off. And the first bug is that when you want to play the game offline, you can't really play it offline. Miss the loading spinners. So we will close our game and we will go open it up. Yeah, you get the occasional crash, for sure. And that can be kind of annoying. And yeah, you get the loading spinner, and basically it just sits there for several minutes as it's trying to load the game. Now if you turn on the Wi-Fi, I do have Warframe being updated right now, so it may take a while for it to load stuff. But that is perfectly fine, because you'll get to see exactly the moment that the loading spinner will go away. Typically it's going to wait for the video thumbnails to load. Not the picture itself, but actually the title of the videos there and whatever else may be going on, like polls or anything. It waits for that to load. Alright, close the game. Let's open it up again. And you have the earn more gold buttons pop up, and then the title of the videos and the polls and all that sort of thing up next. And then after it gets that loaded, then the loading spinner goes away, and then your profile may load. So there you go. Loaded the profile. And thumbnails may load later. But yeah, that is how this works. And like they have this caption at the bottom, and it's like the thumbnails here look pretty crappy. Like you can't see what it says underneath that. Really. I think it says take our survey. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, they designed that, but they put some sort of covering over it. It makes it less cool. Like, it's just something that's not so polished there, but alright, so first you got the loading spinner. Now we'll go show off bugs and glitches. First we'll go to Outpost, and I'll show off places that you can abuse for bugs and glitches. And I'll also demonstrate headshot detection. So our first spot is we'll go up here, and this guy has a black helmet. We are very close. As you can see, when I shoot him in the head, it counts as a headshot. And that is not the case with guys with green helmets. Green helmets are much more resistant to headshots. But our first abusable spot is right up here. You can jump up here and you can kill enemies immediately, and if you need to get into cover immediately, you just back off and you'll immediately go right back down. They also have this tiny little hole that they can peek through and try to kill enemies that way. Shoot, there's a bot trying to kill me now. Yeah, you can go over there, or you can go over here. Now, over here, it's not as big of an issue, because when you go over here and you're standing here trying to kill enemies at their spawn like this, they can see you. They have a pretty clear path, but the other way, you're abusing head glitches. In fact, if you stand back away from that tiny hole, they can't see you, really. They won't show up so clear, but you can certainly go right here and see them real easy. But they'll have a hard time seeing you. And of course, they can easily just move half a step and get out of the way if you want to shoot back. This guy has a green helmet, and as you can see, you shoot him in the head, you don't get the headshot count. That's another thing about the AI. Some of them can just basically shoot you on sight. It's not too fun. Sometimes you won't get helmets, and you won't get headshots with guys with black helmets, but typically you will often get a headshot. But guys with green helmets, they don't get headshots. And you gotta shoot them twice to get the headshot kill, which with this gun you're only supposed to have to shoot him once in the head and then you get the kill. But as you can see, we shoot this guy in the head twice if we want to get the kill. And sometimes even the guys with the green helmets, sometimes the bullets don't even count as hits. You don't see the hit marker. Like that time. Yeah, I shot him in the head and it didn't hit. That time too. Then we finally hit him. So as you can see, if you have a green helmet, sometimes your bullets just will not hit. Now, if you're on this side, what spots do you have that you can abuse for camping? Not really anything. I mean, you can't really jump up there. Let's try squatting and jumping up there. It doesn't work that way. So all you have is looking through this big area, and of course this big area, since it's a nice big area, you can super easily throw a grenade into here. It's basically a big advantage for the other team that this team don't get to spawn kill. At least if you're on the other team, you do have one area that you can go to abuse a glitch on. You have this one right here. You can jump up here and you can shoot at the spawn, but that's granted if you get past the spawn killers that are waiting for you up there. which of course shouldn't be all too hard if you can throw a grenade through there, but if you're spawn killing them from over here, you can be harder to deal with. I mean, I've been on both sides. Typically, the harder spawn trap is if you're on that side over there and you're having to kill guys on this side. It's a lot harder to deal with them. So you can see, headshots don't count on green helmets. But on black helmets, you can get headshots a lot more often. And so, basically, when you play this game multiplayer, you get put on one team. Of course, when you play, it always seems that you are on the US team. That's how this game works. But in actuality, you're either on US or Russia. And one of those teams is going to have guys with easier headshots than the other team. I mean, I've noticed that quite a bit in this game. Sometimes I get super easy headshots, and sometimes I don't. And it's because the way this works. As you can see, I ran up to that guy with the black helmet and I got a real easy headshot. But if I do that to a guy with a green helmet, yeah, it's not gonna happen. So like, look at that, like, it didn't say headshot bonus or anything. That's because the headshot didn't count. It took more than one round to kill him. That guy is already trying to kill me so fast. But the point is, that is how the hit detection is glitched. Now we can go to the next map. Woods doesn't really have much of a glitch. There's a few, but not a whole lot. One of the areas that you can go into is the waterfall. And there's two spots in this game that are really more of the exploitable type. You go to the waterfall, you stand right here. They may not be able to see you, but you can camp there and just wait for someone to pass by. Now, it's not like it's super advantageous or anything, but that is okay. Now, this spot here is more annoying. You can walk up on this ledge and just wait here. And anyone that's going to have to come through here, whether if they throw a grenade, it's going to go down on the floor and maybe roll on down the stairs. It won't kill you. They'll have to be looking up here to peek you, and then you can get killed that way. But otherwise, no. If you're coming from the other side, peeking is a lot harder, because you have to turn your head to look back around you, and you're turning your back down there. That's not something you want to really do in here. You don't want to be running through here, turning your back, and then having someone else up there shoot you in the back, or vice versa. It's a more exploitable thing. And then, of course, the map design for this map, you can run a few feet and then throw a grenade. Run a few feet, throw a grenade into enemy spawn territory. Or throw a grenade back. It's not the greatest map design. On to our next map. An outpost, you can basically spawn kill directly. In this map, you can move a few feet and start spawn killing directly. Means you don't have to move much, and you can just start throwing grenades into spawn areas. So Outpost and Aftermath, Outpost and Woods aren't good. Zen is better. The spawn areas are fairly well isolated. Like, this is one of the spawn areas. You can't see the enemy spawn. You have to run through this hallway, and then you have to turn and run up the stairs. So this is better map design. Now this map asks for glitches. There's not a whole lot that you can glitch, but you can jump up on places where you shouldn't be able to jump up on, and you can see enemies as they come out of their spawn. So not as exploitable as spawn killing, but still a nuisance. And yes, you can see we're sort of just floating in mid-air, and that's a glitch that could be fixed. Now if you want to overlook the spawn area, well, let's see. At least there's brush in the way. So you have to go, you can stand right here. And, well, if you're standing there to peek through into the spawn area, well, guess what? You're probably going to get shot, because that is an open spot. So, Zen is not that bad. Now we'll go to the next map. After Zen, we have Village. In Village is one of those maps where you can camp on top of the roofs and therefore maybe spawn kill people. But since the map design is somewhat decent, you actually have to move a little bit before you can start spawn killing. So in other words, you may get killed in the process of trying to get to a rooftop. But yeah, to overlook a spawn, you have to move around. And moving around, you may get shot. So it's not as bad. I mean, you don't directly overlook a spawn in this map, typically. You can head glitch on windows, but that's that. And as for going outside the map, I don't really see that in this map. So this map, it's not as bad as Outpost is. I mean, it's not as bad as City either. And since people tend to run around more on that map, it's not as big of a deal. Yeah, if somebody ends up on the roof, they typically don't get to stay there very long. Office is a good map. And there's not really any areas that you can go that you can directly run into enemy spawns or kill anyone. And as for glitches, there isn't really much of anything there. Again, people move around the map, so I don't need to show Office. Office is actually the best map in Bullet Force. Urban has some problems though. In Urban, you can go right over here. And you can head glitch underneath this ramp. That is your glitch area. And of course, if you want to kill someone over here, chuck your grenades. So this isn't as bad of a spot. Now, if you go right here, it's harder for them to hit you with grenades, and you can go right into killing enemies. And over here, since there is no place to come from the back, they can't really kill you here. They have to come around there to kill you, or come through there. And this spot is pretty well secluded, and it gives you a place that you can snipe down there towards the enemy spawn, and then you can hide back here. So this side has that advantage. Now if you're on the enemy side, first we go here, you have to flank this side. You have this path right over here. You have up through that area. You have down through that area, of course. And you also have the ramp. And the ledge, I should say. The other team's main spawn area is over here. And if you want to flank them, so that's there, there's there. You can run down through here. And they can flank you through that way too. And you can run down through here, but they got this spot right here. They can run up this ledge, and since people typically don't come down through here, they're not going to be looking up here at this ledge. They would be looking down through here, trying to peek those corners instead. But you can go here, and you can flank through here. But the point is that in that spot, they have pretty big spawn killing areas. I mean, that you just pretty much overlook the enemy team. Of course, if you're on this side, as for your hard to hit area with a good hiding spot, you don't really have one. You get flanked from there, you can get flanked from here, you can stand here and come behind here, but you still have there that they can come through and there. So like, for me, typically this side over here has the biggest advantage, because they can run down through there, they can run up through here, go behind, or they can abuse that one spot underneath the ramp. But the point is, in this map, it's pretty bad map design that you can basically run a few feet and spawn kill people or chuck grenades, and that's pretty much all that happens in that map. It's bland, there's no tactics involved, so you just start shooting down through a path, and eventually you get kills. Of course, if you're using a weaker weapon like the M4A1, then you're less likely to get a kill. And this game favors higher RPM weapons, or the best weapons to use are low RPM but super high damage weapons. This high RPM weapons sometimes have an issue with hit detection. And sometimes, some other YouTubers have said it before, that the bullets don't count when they hit the target. I mean, it's a big deal. Now, in part, this one is a real bad one. This map has the worst glitches ever, I would say. In this map, you can go outside the map, very, very easily. It is so dang exploitable. It's not really even funny at all. It's very broken. But you go right here and jump up on this thing, and then jump here, and then boom, you are outside the map. And just look at that. And you can see right into enemy spawn right here. If they're trying to kill you, you just have to run down here. And here you can head glitch the hell out of this wall. But that's not the biggest one. The biggest glitch area is if you get to the other side of the wall. On this side, you can run up to the other side. Okay, there we go. Towards this side. And then I think we jump up onto this mountain. Maybe not. Maybe crouch? No? Okay. I don't know. But the point is you can run through there and you'll be in an even better spot for trying to spawn kill enemies. It can be sometimes harder or easier to get through up here. Yeah, people can shoot through the walls and they can hit you, but they can have a hard time hitting you since they can't really see you. But we'll go back to this map and we'll try to get onto the other side where the glitch is even a bigger issue. Okay, back to park. And that's another thing about park is the bad map design. Basically, you can shoot back and forth at enemy spawns. And there we are outside the map. if you're camping over here, you have this bush that you can hide in. And you can watch enemies coming out of their spawn. So that is on this side that you can abuse the map. It's a more bad spot, but there's yet even another spot. Let's see if I can get myself killed. I hope I can. Damn it. Now grenades do less damage in bot mode. Okay, whatever. There we go. Now, if you get in the right spot, you can go even further up the map. But yeah, as you can see, you can go outside the walls, and there's certainly some... And there's certainly some spots that you can go and have a real big view of the map. That will be it for Park. And you saw the exploits that you can do there on Park. So now we will go to another map. Prison is like Office. It's not really exploitable. There's a few areas that are dark that could be brightened, but that's about it for Prison, so I won't show Prison. City, basically, it's a bad map as well. I mean, everybody knows how bad City is, so I don't need to show it. Meltdown, you can run a few feet and you can throw a grenade or whatever and kill people at their spawns. It's pretty bad. Canyon, there's not really a whole bunch of glitches that I've seen in Canyon. In Canyon, spawn killing isn't as easy. You don't have as many areas that you can go. You have to actually move around a bit to find an area to get to where you can spawn kill, so Canyon is actually fairly good. I would say it's not as good as Office or Prison though, because you can still find an area that is pretty nice for spawn killing. In Office and Prison, you're not going to last long if you try to spawn kill. Yeah, it's a lot there's a lot more angles and stuff that go on, and people move around even more in those maps. You can still snipe and all, but it's not the best tactic. And then for our last map, we have Aftermath. In Aftermath, there's got some areas that are really advantageous for one team over the other. There's also a great big shooting range, and there's a spot where you can get stuck and you can't get out of. I will visit that spot last. So the first spot we have is the shooting range. Now this is not a bug or a glitch or anything of that sort. It's just an extra bonus tip for those of you who managed to watch this video long enough. This is the place to go if you want to find out about weapons. Of course, the bad part is that you have to buy weapons in order to try them. So, haha, good luck. If you bought a bad weapon, you're stuck with a bad weapon, but at least here you can find out just how bad it is or not. But you can see the guy's barely through here. I mean, there's a lot of fog, it's very far away, and that's where you'll find out just how hard it is to get a headshot with certain guns, or how easy it is. But with guns like the M4A1, you find out just how trash they are, and how, I mean, basically if you look at the M4A1, it's actually like one of the worst guns. It has no advantage over any other gun other than the part that it's free. I mean, AUG is basically the same thing but better. It's got better stats in stability and all that stuff. Stability and range. Basically the M4 has no use. Compact 45 is sort of the same sort of deal, except from it's not as bad as some guns. Basically the Tech 9 makes the Compact 45 useless. If you want a high capacity gun, don't use the Compact 45, use the Tech 9. But out of the free guns, it's one of the higher capacity guns. It's better than the Glock 18. But if you want to have a one-shot headshot kill handgun, you can't use the Compact 45. You have to use the Rex. The Rex is outclassed by the 44 Magnum, I would say, but it's not too bad. Basically, the only unbalanced secondaries are the Glock 18 and the Tech 9. Tech 9 is just pay to win. It's got more damage than most of the guns and all that. Oh yeah, the 1911 as well. The 1911, it can't use a sight. But 1911 is not too bad with fire rate, though. That's the plus that it has, and it can one headshot kill. Compact 45 can't do that. It shoots faster than the Rex, and it holds a little bit more ammo, but you can't put a sight on it. And it's got less range though and less accuracy, so it's kind of meh. But that is the shooting range. Up next, we'll just show off the two major glitch spots and talk about the bad map design. So the bad map design, if you want to go through tunnels and all that, I mean, Hit says he put those there so that assault players can go through there and get kills, but in actuality, snipers camp down there or other people, and they just throw grenades. And once they find out that you're going through there, guess what? It's going to be well guarded pretty much at all times. Nobody else really wants to use this portion of the map. They only use this area here, this down here, and this down there. Rarely do guys go over there. That's the other flank spot. That is actually the flank spot that takes the longest, but it's actually somewhat decent. This it goes behind the enemy spawn or around it. I mean, it's not so bad. But the bad part is that it takes forever to walk there. But now we'll go right back down over to our tunnel. Our container right here. This is the advantage for the team over here on this side. The other side don't have any advantage like that. They don't have a place that they can go and hide in that they can't be seen and just camp there and snipe. People on this team can go over here and they can head glitch the hell out of the spawn right here, and they can hide immediately behind, guess what, these wood crates right here. I think before these wood crates weren't here, which made this spot easier to spawn kill here, but on this side of, I mean not here but over here, but that's actually not that bad of a deal. It's still pretty bad. You can go here and they won't see you, but you can see them. I mean, it's dark in there, you won't see them. They can hide immediately, but over here you have a clear view of their spawn. Enemy team doesn't have anything like that. When you're on this side, you are screwed by this team on this side. Now for the spot on this side that is a problem. Now this one isn't as big of a problem, but it's still pretty bad. But you can go right over here. Right down here, and here is where you will get stuck. Once you're in here, you are not jumping out. Jump has been disabled. You are stuck here. You can't move anywhere. And as you can see, I'm trying to move my joystick in all directions, find out what way I can try to get out. And jumping, and it's not happening. And you are stuck here if you go here. I mean, if on the rare occasion that somebody does go through here to the other side, this is not too bad of a spot to camp because you get decent protection, but you gotta be able to see it, and it's not a wide view. It's overall, this spot is just, it's a place to avoid. Don't go here. So if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And until next time, peace.